Hi, hi. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, Takodachi. Hi, MDK. Hi, May. Hi, Rabbit. Hey, hi, Mercenary. Oh, hello, hello. And thanks for the 14 months, Kiko. Oh my gosh, that's 1 whole year and 2 months. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah. Hey, hello. Good morning, Hideki. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I say good morning, but like, it's more like good evening here, so... Well then. Well then. Nut milk today. Oh shit, you just reminded me. I do have nut milk. I should pour some. Give me a bit. Give me a bit. Okay, I got my savory muffin beside me as well. You reminded me. Let me go get some nut milk. Yes. Give me like a couple of minutes. Yes, I'm back. Let me put my earpiece in. Hello? I'm sorry. It feel like that sometime, okay? Hey? By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. We have the power. Let's go. Hey, Mercenary. Oh, I see. So your custom line. I see. Let me just say it again. Okay. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Hey, Blue Sky. Hello. Yes, Little Nut Sippy. Today's blend is cashew macadamia. Or should I say macadamia cashew? Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Yes, and today I have my savory muffin as well. If you guys want pictures, they're on my Blue Sky and my Twitter as well. So go forth. Go forth. Oh my gosh. It's so nice. I microwaved mine and now I'm just gotta dig in. Yeah. Guys, it's like garlic cheese bread. It's like garlic cheese bread but in a muffin. It's so nice. But we tried this, my mom and I tried this with cream cheese and oh my god. Help. Help. I had to physically stop myself from inhaling 2 at one go, okay? They're so good. Sounds interesting. It is interesting. So good. Your giggles are too cute. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you find them cute. You hear them a lot, yeah. So that's great. Those cheese muffins look perfect for some sauce dipping too. They are. Oh my god. Like, I think if you're into chili sauce, it would taste really good with chili sauce, but oh, yummy. No Blue Sky link? Yeah, I haven't updated with my Blue Sky link yet. Sorry about that. But you just search the same Miyori Shiba. You'll find me on Blue Sky. Yeah, but addicted to it, maybe a little, just a teensy bit, you know? You tend to be obsessed with something when you just made it for the first time. Then after that, it's not really a big thing. Okay, so we're finally getting started on the trial. Let's go. We're gonna see our beautiful, handsome, gorgeous Barok again. I'm definitely not biased towards him. Definitely not. Why would you think I'm biased? Yeah. Let's go! I like how Mei seems to be the most excited. Like, Mei is like tolerating my entire week. She's just like, okay, Honkai, I guess. Wuwa, I guess. Just chatting, I guess. And then when it comes to Thursday, she's like, oh yeah, baby, finally! I digress. It's okay, Mei. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she enjoys some of the other content as well. It's just what it feels like. I also have a big cup of water. So if you see me like sipping from different places, that's completely normal. Mei finally is TGAA. Yeah, Mei is like, when is she finishing this so that we can talk more about Shibs? And I'm like, in due time, Mei, in due time. Okay, let's go. Hi, Sayak. Hello. 23rd October, 8:52 a.m. The old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Antechamber? Never mind. Anyway. For real though, exactly. May only showing up for the gay lawyers. I mean, let's be real. The lawyers are not the only fruity parts of this series. You can see a lot of fruitiness in other places, you know. And congrats on those roles, Sayak. Let's go. Slow burn narrative. I think if you survive this, you can survive any slow burn for real. Except skip beat. Like if you survive skip beat, you can survive anything. Have they even kissed? Anyway, let's continue. I can't believe it's been 6 months since I was last allowed to work in court. And now here I am, back at the Old Bailey. Yes, our client. Very normal. Hairbrain. Mr. Naruhodo. Good morning, Professor Hairbrain. The Pokemon-looking guy. I don't understand! It doesn't make any sense! The atmospheric pressure in here is off the charts! I've never felt anything like it! It's crushing me! I feel it every time I'm here. That... gravity... Yeah... We're not very sciencey people, we're art people. Okay, remember Ryu studied like English lit? I mean, same. Pokemon trainer vibe indeed. Yeah, he looks like he's going to... This guy looks like he studies archaeology and he's going to throw out like a Cubone for me. It feels like he's gonna throw out like a Cubone or like a Kabutops at me. Lamau? Well, this is Britain's highest court. But are you telling me it's fitted with some kind of device that can actually control air pressure? I think it's probably all in the mind. You know, it's all about the mind, yeah. Or Magnemite. Yeah. He sounds like more of a Magnemite guy, you know, the robotic Pokemon kinda, yeah. Yes. Well, you won't let me down, will you, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm counting on you in today's trial to save my life! I mean, same. To save the secret of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine from being made public! Yes, I understand. I know what I have to do. I have to establish that the explosion 2 days ago was nothing more than an unfortunate accident. But it's not gonna be that simple, is it, guys? Well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, really. Justice will prevail! Or justice won't be born for a few decades after this. So, all the best, Hairbrain, you know? Oh no. My commiserations, Mr. Naruhodo. You appear to have been lumbered with a most tiresome case here. You again. Of course, of course. The headache in the form of a human is here. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, knowing my leg, of course. Mr. Sholmes, I didn't expect to see you here.
That was very mean, Runo, leaving me alone at home with Hurley. But Iris, you're a kid, and you're still in this really cute getup. So cute. It took me at least an hour to wake him.
Is it? Are you? Herlock Sholmes! You need this. Herlock Sholmes! Indeed, sir, I am he. Herlock Sholmes! Hi, girl. Hello. Oh, I've heard all about your exploits, even whilst living in Germany.
Yes, Ren's magazine is on sale in Germany too.
Mr. Sholmes, I sure didn't expect to see you here. Yeah, exactly. Definitely not. I mean, I put him on the thumbnail because that was a really nice shot of him, and I felt like it was such a waste not to use it. I didn't expect him to actually show up here, but of course he does. Of course, he's here to cause trouble. Always. Yes.
This month's installment was sublime! Your deduction in The Adventure of Silver Blaze was wonderful!
The what now? Yes, a memorable case indeed. It concerned a snake, I seem to recall.
No, that was the speckled band.
Well, thank you for coming. I do appreciate your support. I'm sorry to disappoint you, my dear fellow, but I'm afraid I can't stay. Yeah, see, I told you, he gives me nothing but headaches. Oh. I have urgent business at Madame Tuspel's. You mean your waxwork job? No, the waxwork abduction, of course. Madame has engaged my services. So you're trying to get to the bottom of that ransom note, are you? The week's wages depend on it, as does the safe return of the waxwork, naturally. It's about the money, come on. We are practical people, guys. We know it's about the money. As such, I intend to give it my undivided attention. Oh, well, never mind then. I understand. Of course, with my skills of observation and reasoning, resolving the matter will be as easy as proverbial pie. I shall return forthwith. For until I solve the case, I shall have no money to afford a pie of any description. No, Sholmes! Sholmes, no! He is so broke, help! He is so broke! Help!
Ooh, then you must absolutely give it your full attention, Hurley!
Quite, Iris, quite. But life is riddled with irony, you know? Whenever I give something my full attention, I have a quite insatiable desire for a pie. Brooklock Holmes. Yeah, he's Brooklock. One of the universe's intractable mysteries, you might say. Oh, yes! Quick! Definitely! Absolutely! I totally understand! Is someone a little starstruck? I guess Hairbrain is just... Oh my gosh! Kya! It's Herlock Sholmes! Kya!
Hi, Tempest. Hello, it's been a while. Hello.
I wish you the very best of luck, Professor Hairbrain. Oh my gosh, you got the name right! Holy shit, amazing, Herlock. Baby step. Baby steps. Oh, why? Thank you! Before I depart, Mr. Naruhodo, a word in your ear, if you please. I'm still moving? Best of luck in your moving? Or do you mean you're just like walking? I don't know. Today is hopefully the last of it. Alright, right, you're moving. Okay, great. Best of luck. Ooh, what's this? What's this about? Oh no. As you have remarkably little grounding in science, I feel I ought to inform you. As compelling as this super high voltage instantaneous kinesis hypothesis may be, a practical implementation such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition is quite impossible. But the professor said the demonstration was a success! What do you mean? Yes, it would appear that he fervently believes it was.
I've read Professor Bunny Brain's paper about it too, Bruno, and I have to say, I'm sure it can't be done. It could barely be done theoretically, let alone practically.
Oh no. So he's completely barking up the wrong tree? But how could an experiment that had no possibility of succeeding in fact succeed? That's contradictory. And it's that contradiction that will be at the heart of the trial, I've no doubt. What's that supposed to mean? Come on! Now, I must hurry along. I wish you the best of luck, my dear fellow.
See you later, Hurley!
Making him and his pretentious bow after dropping a bombshell on us.
Well, it looks like you're on your own today, Bruno, but chin up, you can do it!
Oh, what about you, Iris?
No, I'm afraid I can't help. I have something I need to do.
I see. We'll have no one. We're alone. We're all alone. No. Why does everyone leave us, guys? We're so alone.
It's going to be a big surprise for you when you find out what it is.
That sounds ominous. I wonder what she is. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court is about to be in session. Make your way into the courtroom at once. Let's go. We're on our way, and I am on my way to take another mouthful of my delicious savory cheese muffin. Guys, cheddar in the muffin. So good. It's so good. So nice. Yes, muffin is a savory cheese muffin this time, Kuro. If you're interested, it's on my Twitter. You can go and look at the pictures. Oh, it's like, it came out so beautifully. It's Sheep Mom's favorite muffin so far. He literally did the piece disappear meme. Yeah, he really went like, okay, I'm be on my way, eh? An experiment that the laws of science say can't possibly succeed. And a scientist who's convinced that it did. That's the riddle you have to unlock here, Ryunosuke. That's the key to this case. (23rd October, 9:10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. The usual. Wait, those are new people. Okay. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are sitting today for the public trial of Professor Albert Harebrain. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Mr. Dracula, eh? The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Or are you? I'm 6 months out of practice. What's more, I'm without Susato-san today. Stressful, really stressful. Is it just my imagination, or does the air in here feel even more oppressive than usual? So, I must say I recollect the victim of this case all too well. Mr. O.D. Aspen. Mr. Aspen was well known as a financier, though that was merely a front for his diverse criminal activities. It was only a month ago that a man appeared in court prosecuted by you, Lord Van Zieks. But the jury unanimously found him not guilty. Because every member of the jury had been bribed, by the sound of it. These powerful London criminals are prepared to go to extreme lengths to keep their freedom. But 2 days ago, on 21st October, Mr. Aspen met his end. The work of the Reaper, was it? Sir, you know you shouldn't be asking this in court. Come on. Yes, feel free to let Kuro. No problem. If that is how your lordship would describe divine retribution... Where did my... Oh. But the fact remains that Mr. Asmon's death was a direct result of the actions of the accused, Professor Harebrain. Very well then. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people. Are the six of you ready to fulfill your societal duty? Let's go! Hi, Dumdrum, hello! We need an Ace Attorney game set between Mega Man 6 and 7 where Phoenix and Co handle the trial of Dr. Wooly. The what now? I don't know the story of Mega Man, sorry, but that sounds really interesting. Okay, I don't know this guy. I'm most gratified to have been selected to carry out this important civic duty, my lord. To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand. Oh gosh, oh golly, it sends shivers down my spine. Okay, wait, is it just me or did the quality of, like, the models improve in this round? Yeah. Science experiments, magic, conjuring tricks, courtroom trials, all are nothing more than performances. This shuffling animation is really nice. I don't shuffle this way, I do the side shuffle, but damn, this looks really good. Oh my gosh! Sir, you look like you're part of the cabinet. Oh. Any spurious scholar that defiles the reputation of science deserves to hang. Uh-huh. We have to listen to what's said on both sides, defend and then settle on one. That's it, isn't it? Oh my gosh, there's a sound! Do you hear the ding? Ding! Ding! Do you hear that? Do you guys hear that? Well, okay. I see. Alright, that sounds like a great idea. Okay. Maybe you could make a fan game come true, you know? The power's in your hands. Wait, weren't you the guy that was at the waxwork? Are you sure you're alive, sir? Sir, wake up, wake up. Wasn't like this in my day. Wasn't like this at all. Oh, okay, so he's awake. He's alive. That's the important part. That's the police killer Ottermole look-alike again. And he's as exhausted as ever, it seems. It's nice that although it's always the same judge and prosecutor, the varying jurors look great. Yeah, they look great. In fact, this judge already looks so much greater than whatever we had in like the original trilogy and everything. No one beats okay, what's her new canon name? Judge Verity Gavel. Like, I tell you, that judge design, a banging lady with a banging hammer that you don't want banged on your head, but like, it be like that sometimes, you know? Yeah. Oh, is this? Is this case 3 trial? Is this case 3? I genuinely cannot remember. But just in case, you reminded me to open up strategy wikis so that just in case I get stuck, which I often do these days. Whew. Trial part 1, right? Trial part 1. Is this number 3? Yeah, it's episode 3. That's right. Episode 3. They call these episodes here, I think. Number 6 is the most relatable so far, except for literally flashing a revolver in court. It's okay, it's British court. They seem to have this thing all settled. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, the incident we are here to judge today tragically took place at the Great Exhibition shortly after its opening. Though the death toll could have been far worse. With the exception of the victim, no one was killed. Nevertheless, the dream of the science being exhibited rapidly turned into a nightmare for the spectators, as well as for the victim, but I digress, you know? A tragic turn of events, and as such, the eyes of all London, no, of the whole world, will be on this trial. It is our duty to reach a swift and just conclusion, I feel. So, your opening statement, please, Lord Van Zeeks. At the heart of this incident is technology never before demonstrated anywhere in the world. One of science's latest developments, I take it? The government is keen to capitalize on the Great Exhibition to improve Britain's technological advantage. The technology being demonstrated by the accused was described as super high voltage instantaneous kinesis. Good lord! It's designed to disassemble human subjects using extremely high voltage electricity and beam them instantly to another location where they are subsequently reassembled. If you guys want to know how something like this works out, please watch the movie The Fly. Thanks. You're welcome. Is such a thing even within the realms of possibility? Well, I don't believe it, that's for sure. Disassembling people with electricity? My goodness, how shocking! How shocking, eh? Ha! The whole idea is absurd. The hypothesis will never stand up to scrutiny. Sir, I believe you are a fellow of the Royal Society, are you not? An expert in your field? I am, and my word on the matter can be considered final. Instantaneous kinesis is poppycock. So this expert and Mr. Sholmes are in agreement. It's impossible. Well, you screwed, Mr. Hairbrain. Like, your bunny brain should have been used somewhere else, you know? What is the prosecution's view on the matter? The prosecution would assert that the accused's instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a success. That is very interesting. This is incredibly interesting, guys. We have people who are really into the science thing. These experts are telling us that this entire process is impossible. And then we have Van Zeek coming in, stretching his arms and like saying with his whole full chest, really nice chest by the way, but I mean his whole chest, that the demonstration was a success. So he has to believe in the science. He's gonna put forth an argument that yeah, it succeeded. Yeah, that's right. That's why you're guilty. This man, you never fail to surprise me. Yes, that's right. What? What rot? Okay, we have a very interesting selection of jurors. Order! Order! The professor's hypothesis is currently under investigation by the British government. If it is deemed to have merit, a substantial research grant would be made available. The accused made use of the invention built on his new hypothesis to take Mr. Asman's life, in order to be the sole benefactor of the grant. But even Ryusuke is like speechless, man.
Hi, Ruka. Thank you so much. All the best to you too.
This disastrous demonstration was no accident. It was carefully designed from the outset to end the life of the victim. Okay, so that's his argument. Alright. Thank you, Lord Van Zeeks. The prosecution's stance is clear. But you will now bring forth witnesses to substantiate your claims. He has no moral support of his companion today. I feel like he has different plans in mind. So we're gonna see how this unfolds. Gladly, my lord. Let's go. Oh my gosh, bless the lucky lady that catches that amazing cape. Bailiff, show the first witnesses to the stand. And we're gonna see familiar faces, most likely, huh? Alright. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division. I was on duty at the demonstration on the day in question and in charge of the following investigation. The fish and chips dude, that's right. Very accurate description. Albert Harebrain, this is a scientist. You were born in England but have been carrying out research in Germany in recent years, correct? Yes, that's right. After graduating from university here in Britain, I went to work in Germany and made an amazing discovery. Which is what brought me back. I had to demonstrate my incredible hypothesis at the Great Exhibition. I feel like you were used for money laundering, but that's just me, I guess. What you demonstrated was incredible, alright? An incredible explosion. But the science was a success. The instantaneous kinesis worked. Everyone thought they must have done. Yes, there was the terrible accident, but the demonstration of my hypothesis was a success. Well, that much is undeniable, as shown in this photograph taken by the forensic investigation team. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, we got color print, thank you. Okay. This was taken inside the Crystal Tower, I take it? The centerpiece of the exhibition, no less. Okay, so like that. Okay, he was strapped into this. And then... What's this? Like, is it a bullet hole or something? That's right, my lord. Seems the victim rammed straight into it. I see. Very well, submit the photograph as evidence. The photograph of the victim has been entered into the court record. Let's go. As the court heard, the victim of the incident was Mr. Rody Asman. There have been a number of allegations made against the man, but putting them aside for the time being, he was the man who financed the research for the experiment and the demonstration itself. I see. So to summarize the situation, the defendant is accused of taking the life of the man who funded his work. Would that be correct? Exactly. But couldn't it be that the explosion was caused by some malfunction in the apparatus used for the demonstration? That's right! That must be it! My splendid machine! My poor splendid machine! You saw it yesterday, didn't you? We can't even examine the wreckage thanks to the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. What? The wreckage? The wreckage? He's gone. Hi, Abyss. Hello, Abyss QK. Hello. I love this game. I love this game too. Welcome in. Hey. But that being the case, how can the facts be established? How can it possibly be determined whether this was an accident or a deliberate and malicious act? Oh wait, it's not the crime scene game I'm talking about. It's the other one. Oh, the which one? The what now? Which one? Hold on, I missed something. Extremely simply, my lord. I beg your pardon? Isn't that right, witness? The one that has pixels? The what? The... The what? Hi, Stone. Hello. What? Sorry, me? Oh, you mean the first trilogy? Oh, that one. Yeah, I played it when it was released on PC, so never seen the pixels. Yeah. What? Sorry, me? No, your neighbor. He's getting a headache. Look at him. Yes, sir. It was murder, plain and simple. Anyone could state that with complete certainty. What? How can he possibly think that? Thank you, Inspector. I think we had better proceed to formal testimony. You will explain to the court on what grounds you claim this experiment to have been a front for murder. Okay, it's time for our wonderful usual testimony as well. Okay, a front for murder. The corpse that went crashing through the Crystal Tower had a broken neck. I made a minor miscalculation in the angle of the beam projection. That's all. That was my mistake. But the post-mortem examination revealed another injury, a fatal wound. There was a lesion in his chest where he had clearly been stabbed by something sharp right in the heart. So the victim was killed before he went anywhere. And this fella's the only one who could have done it. What if someone sniped him? A miscalculation, huh? Makoto's Reku Ace Attorney for GBA 2 besides DS. Let me think. For the Game Boy Advance, I think only the trilogy was made specifically for Game Boy Advance. Then by the time the investigations duology came out, it was already on DS if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Okay. An extraordinary business. In addition to suffering a broken neck, the victim was stabbed in the heart? Information I would really like to have heard from someone other than the judge. The coroner says death would have been all but instant from a wound like that. You could say, in fact, that the victim was killed twice by the accused. How do you kill someone twice? No, that couldn't be further from the truth. I have here the experiment plan document that was submitted to the security team, okay? Alright. The victim stood himself inside something called the bird cage, ready to be beamed instantly. To the second level of the crystal tower, about 25 yards away. The experiment did not go according to plan, however. It went ba-ba-boom. As the machine was put into operation, there was a large explosion. The blast caused the beam transmitter to point higher than intended. Ah, I see. A4 is DS while AA5 onwards was 3DS. Oh my god. Rip. Akiko knows this best. His face was saying so. Yeah, I'm talking about Phoenix Wright. Ah, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Fate. Hello. Let's continue. So, accordingly, the kinesis resulted in a birdcage materializing in midair. From where it subsequently fell, crashing through the glass of the Crystal Tower's large round window. Shit, why is that so logical? Why? How is that so logical? My word. One assumes the victim's neck was broken upon impact to the tower then? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. The machine was just too powerful. But honestly, really, I swear it was just an accident. A terrible accident. Unfortunately, that excuse can't save you. Venzix, that is your friend! No, not considering the sharp murder weapon that pierced the victim's heart. Murder weapon? What are you saying? This is the autopsy report submitted by the coroner. The prosecution would like it entered into the court record. Oh, Dark Sheep has been activated. Hello. Your request is granted, counsel. Let's go. Autopsy report. Mr. Asman, neck was broken from impact. Stabbed in the chest with... Okay. Someone did the stabberino. Yeah. Oof. I was there in person, you know. I saw the whole ludicrous performance. And the only other person on the stage with Mr. Aspen was the disgraceful excuse for a scientist. Ah, he died. And then really, by all accounts, it must have been him. Oh man, can I just say you got a fine rack? Really fine rack. Anyway. What is a blow kiss? I zoom in really large and yeah. Hard to think otherwise, really. Very well, counsel for for the defense proceed with the cross-examination, please? A fine necklace, you mean, right? Maybe? Oh, yes, my lord. I need to focus here. It's been a while. Okay, cool. Was it like... was it the 5th case? Was it the Damon Guns case? That was a pain in the ass. That was such a pain in the ass. Remember that stupid vase? I will never forget that stupid vase. I think we were stuck on it for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, we got an awa redeem. Are you guys ready for the awa?
The other. Ooh. Time to remove the blowcus. Let's go. The blue badger. It just freaking like we couldn't fit it. We couldn't turn the vase properly. I think it's a universal problem. Everyone also had the same problem. Okay, since we have a break for now, let me just like grab more muffin. Fluffy muffin. So good. So good. Yummy. I need to focus here. It's been a while. Okay. Focus. We gotta focus. Was it the vase you tweeted about? Yes, it's that stupid vase. I don't remember which case it was, but if you dig deep into like the vault of it, you will see me like screaming. You see me freaking screaming. I don't know if it was with Kiko, if it was solo, but terrible. Okay, let me see what we got. Okay, let me see what we got. We got this. We have this. I can't really remember what this is about. We have the Crystal Tower. We have the Reaper attack. Dun dun dun. Lost cat. Very nice. Nothing. Okay, we have this as well. Pew! Okay. Alright, and then we have this torn, blah blah blah. We have the mysterious contraption. We have but what exactly stabbed him specifically? Was it the glass? Was it... Poor guy. Anyway. Let's look at the report. Courtney Sith. Okay, ODS 147 British. Around 2:20 p.m. Guys, this is important. Okay, 21st October, 2:20 p.m. Then we have cause of death, hemorrhage. Hemorrhage of a wound to... Is it hemorrhage? 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 Never mind, I cannot. How do you pronounce this?
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage. Oh my gosh, sorry. Yeah, hemorrhage. Hemorrhage of a wound to the chest that pierced the heart, inflicted by a sharp implement. Okay, so it's a sharp object, okay? Additional observations, a broken vertebra. Vertebra? Yep. Most likely resulting from impact after a sudden fall from considerable height. Okay, we got this. Okay, we'll just see crashing through and had a broken neck. I made a minor miscalculation. Blah blah blah. Alright. Another injury, fatal wound. Okay, so I think perhaps we might want to get more information on this. The defense knew nothing of this crucial information. The prosecution received this report from the forensic investigation team only this morning. That was the first we knew of it as well. I can only apologize for the impossibility of informing the defense. Why are you so freaking sarcastic? Stop it! Yamete! Yamete! Sarcastic and insincere? Thanks. Thank God Ryunosuke could see through that. Oh my gosh, he could freaking see through that. He's like, thanks. Love this. Tyler, please. You want another one? Okay, okay, I guess.
There you go.
So, what was the nature of this sharp object? Among the accused's tools that were in use at the demonstration, one is of particular interest. This. The A. Ah, yes, that would appear to be some kind of screwdriver. Ah, there he is! My trusty little companion, Andrew! You named a screwdriver? You named okay. Ah, well, you get a free one then. Oh, Andrew, of course. Ah, do you know each other already? He's one of my dear friends, like all my tools. Okay, he's off his rocker. He's absolutely off his rocker. Absolutely. I went to dig, but you're on your own. Is that so? Okay. If you want, you could try and clip that specific part. I've named them all, you know? We're one big happy family. He really is harebrained, doesn't he? Andrew is my flathead screwdriver. Of course, his brother Michael is a crosshead. Well, it would appear that your beloved Andrew has a red stain on his shank. Ah, that isn't... It's blood, beyond all reasonable doubt. No! So many better names for a screwdriver. I know, right? Why not Screwy? Why not Screw'em? And that's not all. The long, sharp shape of this Andrew fella is completely consistent with the victim's wound. What? What? G. Order! I only started joining in stream from the third game during the final case, if I remember correctly. Oh, did you? I cannot remember. That was so long ago. The court will enter this friend of the defendant as evidence. Alright. We definitely have to inspect it. So one of Professor Harebrain's tools is the murder weapon? Great. Just... Okay, so we have to... Okay, so we need to inspect this damn thing. Okay, we have the blood, which is... This is blood. Mr. Asmon's, no doubt. This is the problem with looking at murder weapons. Okay, is there anything else we need to know? Like this very specific A shape. I've seen this unusually shaped handle before. It's the same screwdriver that was lodged in the grill on the floor of the kinesis machine. So it's the same one. Which could be important information, so I should definitely make a note of it. Alright, okay. What? There was one poking through the grill in the base, okay? Okay, that might be key actually. That might be the key that we need. Okay, this fella's the only one who could have done it. Okay. Cat, a broken neck. Okay, so he had a broken neck. That was from like... Let's try asking about this one. Hi, and yes, hello. What's happening now? The case. So the angle of projection is critical, is it? And you calculated it yourself, personally? Yeah, we're trying to convince everyone that it's an accident, apparently. Yeah, absolutely. The calculation is far too complicated for anyone but me to carry out. Only you got it wrong, didn't you? Yes! That's right! That's the point! The calculation is so complicated, even I can make a mistake. Do people fall for that brazen confidence? I should try it. Brazen, yeah. I took into account the subject's height and weight, the wind direction, the ambient temperature. I considered every possible variable, so I just don't understand how this could have happened. Obviously, then you had to include the weight of the clothes Mr. Asman was wearing at the time, I suppose.
What do you mean? No, P. What is this? Crackling comments.
The answer should have been 3. I mean, it won't clear him of responsibility, but he won't be judged as guilty. You know what I mean? So much for safety first. The 3 must be for safety third. Okay. Replace that by something sharp. Sorry, let's see. Let's just press this, cause this is key. Another fatal injury, you say? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't think I'll have to spell this out, but here we go. Just because there are 2 fatal wounds doesn't mean I'm saying the victim had 2 lives to lose, does it? 2 right? 2 right? Obviously, at first, we thought the bloke had died due to his spine snapping in half as well. But you're saying that's not the case? You'll get your answer once I finish my fish and chips if you don't keep butting in every few seconds. We all know that's a bottomless bag. Holy shit, guys. This is a huge 4th wall breaking moment. It's a 4th wall breaking moment. We all know that's a bottomless bag. Detective Tobias Gregson has the answer to world hunger. He has the solution to world hunger, guys. It's a bottomless. Help. The victim plummeted 30 feet into a glass tower. It would be reasonable to assume that as the cause of death. Right. That's what we all thought. But it was a red herring, wasn't it? Let me try presenting something, but if it's wrong, I'm looking at the guy. We do know that. I mean, there's nothing to see inside here, right? Okay, I just want to make sure it's the correct one. This fellow's the only one who could have done it. Okay, but what we have... But we do know that... It's wrong, isn't it? Ah, it's wrong. It's freaking wrong. You just know this time. Okay, so we got it. Okay, we have to press statement 5. Alright, we would press statement 5. Let me lose this life. Rip. Okay, press a statement 5, right? Okay, we need to press this. He's crushing his chips the same way Mio grinds the nuts. Maybe. Ooh, I mean, mostly it's the blender that's like grinding the nuts, but I do have to milk them. So like after it's been blended, I have to strain it through the nut bag. Muffin. What grounds do you have for saying that? Huh, do you really need to ask? There were only 2 people on the public experimentation stage in front of the whole crowd. The victim, Mr. O.D. Asman, and the accused, Professor Hairbrain. And we know for certain that before the experiment, the victim was alive. That's right, I saw him with my own eyes. Furthermore, following the explosion and kinesis, nobody went anywhere near the body. In other words, only someone else on stage with the victim could possibly have done it. Hello? Ah, why are you reacting, Chotto! Professor Hairbrain, do you have some information that may be relevant here? Professor! Sorry! I was just calculating the optimum coefficient of electrolysis to separate molecules in the human body. And the witness stand is the best place for that. It seemed as though you might have something to say about Inspector Gregson's last remark. Yes, that's right, of course! He just said that nobody else could have done it, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Who else could have stabbed the victim, eh? I don't know! But there's no way that I could possibly have stabbed Mr. Assman as you say. Hey? Explain, please, Professor. Of course, this cold-hearted policeman may not be aware, I suppose. But humans are warm-blooded mammals with blood running continuously through their veins. I had heard. Then surely you see, if I punched something the size of Andrew into the man's chest, the whole stage would have been a bloodbath. No, a blood swimming pool. But thousands of Londoners were watching me at the time. And yet not one of them claims to have seen a swimming pool of blood. Well, no, I suppose not. You know what? Finally, we have a defendant that makes sense? You see? Not one! True, I didn't see anything like that. Well done, Professor. That was a great counter-argument. Look at Professor Hairbrain trying to do our job for us. Order! Here's the wine. We got the wine. Pray forgive the discourtesy if I savor a drop from my hallowed chalice to accompany my old friend's adducing. Adducing? Yeah.
Hydrate, thank you.
Here's to you, Albert. What? This is you. I've given up on this guy. You know what's better than wine? Nut milk. So good. Here's to you, Albert. Oh, you're too kind, Barok, but I'm really not a pet on you. Oh! No, you're not. No? You've neglected to mention one crucial possibility. I have? A particular situation in which very little bleeding would result from a stab. Of course! Inspector, enlighten the court, please. Yes, sir! Where are they going with this? Very well, you will amend your formal testimony now, Inspector Gregson. GG. The weapon the victim was stabbed with must have been left in his body whilst he was beamed through the air. I have the perfect thing to freaking argue. If this is still wrong, I am so done, okay? Yes! Finally! I knew I was onto something. Sorry. I knew I was onto something. You say that while the weapon remains in the body, there's very little bleeding. Is that unequivocal? Yeah. Look, there was no blood on the experimentation stage, even though that's where the fellow was stabbed. The only explanation for that is if the screwdriver was still in his body, stopping any heavy bleeding. It's common medical knowledge, my learned friend, even on your side of the world. Look, we are not medical people, okay? Stop that. Yes, but about this screwdriver... The thing is, we actually saw it at the scene ourselves, on the experimentation stage. What? It was on the floor by the wreckage of the machine, poking through a metal grill. I went to pick it up, but the detective here stopped me. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson? Ah, well, now you come to mention it, yes. Inspector, are we to understand that you permitted the defense counsel to investigate? That you contravened the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Oh shit, no! Eh? No! Not at all! I wouldn't do that! I just let him look, nothing more. I was very clear he wasn't to touch a thing. Yes, that's true. This screwdriver was in plain sight on the stage. But it shouldn't have been, should it? Girl, I went to check and you spent 15 minutes on the blue badger and had to resort to having the correct image on the slide before you got it. The thing is, I don't know how much the correct image helped because I did it exactly like that, but it just wouldn't accept it. I just kept having the blue badger BGM looping in the background, and I also had to deal with Damon Gunn like laughing his ass off at me. Okay.
Hi, Bibi. Hello. Hi, Small Sheep has joined us. Small Sheep is going to sleep under the table on his little blankie. Okay, go sleep. Yeah, Small Sheep has come to do a sleepy.
So good. What are you getting at? If this tool had still been in the victim's body when the victim was beamed away by the machine, then it shouldn't have still been on the stage. Ah! No, you're not facing the trial alone. Well, I'm pretty much alone, I guess. But, you know, Small Sheep makes it better. Small Sheep's ignoring me and licking his paws. Alright. Alright, have it your way, Small Sheep. That's right. It should have been beamed across to the Crystal Tower along with Mr. Asman. And not been found still lodged in the victim's chest. And been found, sorry, still lodged in the victim's chest. Don't waste that fish and chips, sir. Order! Order! How do you explain this, Inspector? I don't... It looks as though everything that the victim had on his person moved with him when he was beamed. If the screwdriver was still in his chest when the instantaneous kinesis occurred, obviously that should have been beamed to the destination as well. You... This is a strange situation. Even though people are saying that this instantaneous kinesis is a scientific impossibility, we're still basing arguments on the assumption that it did actually take place. Alright, time to tighten the screws here. My lord, if the prosecution is unable to explain this inconsistency in its argument, we can only conclude that the testimony given in support cannot be relied upon. Oh, he's angry, look at him. He's so angry. I think I'm too noisy. Fine, Small Sheep. Give me a moment. I am clearly too noisy for the Small Sheep. He's like, I've had enough of this shit. And he came in for like 2 minutes. Anyway, he's not my problem anymore. Well, I guess I'm once again alone in facing this trial. Lord Van Zeeks is stumped. Oh! Is it the professor? Do you have something to say, witness? Yes, I knew it. Your paralegal has left. Indeed, he has. It bears out. The equations hold. Mr. Naruhodo, don't worry. About what? Without delving into the details, there is no inconsistency. What? Even if Andrew had been lodged in Mr. Asman's chest, my trusty tool wouldn't have moved. Andrew remaining on stage is consistent with my calculation. Stop it! Stop trying to throw a freaking wrench into my plans! Well, a screwdriver for that matter, but no, stop it! Yamete! What? Can you please shut up? Oh my gosh, just shut up! Don't waste the damn wine! It would seem your illusions have been shattered. Clearly we should hear the accused's explanation. Or should I say, this brilliant scientist's explanation? GG. Just when I'd found an inconsistency in the prosecution's argument, scientists... Pain. Very well, the defendant will testify again. Provide us with a scientific explanation as to why the inconsistency asserted by the defense fails to hold. Okay? In the name of Apollo, I will, my lord. In the name of the what now? The sun god? Apollo? You pray to the sun god? What? Okay, alright. Whatever works for you. The inconsistency explained. Alright. To be clear, I'm still at the stage of gathering data in my research. My hypothesis states the kinesis cannot transport metal, though. Hence the metal weapon would have stayed put. Aha, so it can coincidentally transport everything else. How wonderful. In other words, the point just raised by Mr. Naruhodo isn't an inconsistency at all. Mr. Asman was the patron of my research. Without him, my work wouldn't have been possible. Now he's appraising Apollo Justice. Apollo Justice isn't born yet! It'll be decades until, like, that happens. Now, I have a duty to protect the incredible machine that we built together. You know, you can't really protect it if you're dead. Yeah, just saying, you know? If you're dead just like him, like, it's gonna be a little, teensy, just a little bit hard to protect the machine, don't you think, Albert? So, the thrust of your testimony, Professor, is that based upon his hypothesis, metal objects cannot be moved by this method of instantaneous kinesis. In other words, since the screwdriver is made of metal, even if it remained lodged in the victim's chest, its subsequent discovery on the stage, despite the victim being found elsewhere, is not an inconsistency. Aren't you just the luckiest person, Barok? And therefore, Professor Albert Harebrain could still have been the killer. My great hypothesis holds, you see. We had to make the cage used to contain the subject from wood for that very reason. I was not addressing you, witness. Professor Harebrain? Yes? Whose side are you on here? I don't take sides, Mr. Naruhodo. No. My only interest lies in upholding my hypothesis. I'm a scientist after all. Don't you just hate these types? Is he working for us or against us? It's very hard to tell. Let's see how you cross-examine this testimony, my Nipponese friend. Yes! Fire away, Mr. Naruhodo! I'm going to fire at you, you asshole! You watch out. You be careful I don't fire at you, okay? Let me see. Transport metal. Okay, cannot transport metal. We need to press this. Why? Is he the cousin of Mr. Shamspeare? Because the blonde energy is kicking. I wouldn't know. Probably not. Maybe the similar shade of blonde, but I don't know. The BGM was getting fired up too. The BGM slaps so hard. Your hypothesis states it, so this isn't proven then? No, of course not. It's merely a hypothesis, but a good one, based upon thousands of calculations. But it is widely known that metals can't be decomposed by electrolysis. Yes, of course. So I am right. My hypothesis is clearly correct. What is it about incriminating himself that makes this man so happy? It's the whole reason that the birdcage is made of wood, you see. Sorry, the birdcage? Yes, that's what they call the Steoptusa cage in which Mr. Asman was placed for the kinesis. The jail cell in which the victim was detained. It does indeed seem to be made of a timber of some sort. Okay, but wait, what are these on his... What are these then, Guys, are you gonna tell me that his glasses are made of wood too? I think I found it. I'll thank you not to refer to it as an instrument of incarceration, your lordship. In short, any weapon lodged in the victim when he was beamed away by instantaneous kinesis would have been left behind on the stage if it was made of metal. Correct? Yes, that's it! Yes! It all fits perfectly with the mathematical model. But the ultimate conclusion then is that the defendant alone had the opportunity to inflict this fatal injury on the victim, is it not? You say, indeed, sir. Someone beam me out of this nightmare. Same. Okay, so... I believe metal would have stayed put. Right? Is there anything else we could, like... Okay, let's just press this one. This is important as well. How did you come to know Mr. Asman in the first place? I thought he just took out a freaking trading card, Lamal. A year ago now, a small provincial science journal published a little paper about my work. That's a scientific journal? Good gracious, I should need new spectacles. Oh wait, that's a journal? I might have had an extraordinary hypothesis and great promise, but at the time, I had no money. I had to eat tiny little meals at a tiny little cafe and drink watered down water out of a tiny little glass. But Mr. Asman read the paper and came to visit me at my tiny little laboratory. And offered you money to help fund your work. Exactly! That's exactly what happened! I handled the theoretical side of things and Mr. Asman provided me with an engineer for the practical. And the three of us produced that fantastic machine together. I should like to talk to this engineer of yours. I'm thinking it's probably the engineer. I can feel it. The machine that you brought to the great exhibition to demonstrate. We had to apply to the government for some sort of inspection to be allowed to exhibit, I think. I didn't understand all that side of things. Mr. Asman took care of all of it. He was a wonderful man. Really, I owe him everything. Okay. But which one do I present on? This one, I think? Okay, let's go. Let's present. I'm pretty sure it's the glasses. Freaking the glasses. There we go! I told you it was the glasses. Professor Hairbrain, you say that according to your hypothesis, nothing made of metal can be beamed by this instantaneous kinesis using the machine you made. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Spot on. Exactly correct. In that case, I'll ask you to have a look at this photograph that was taken at the scene. In particular, I'd like you to pay attention to the victim's face. Nice catch, eh? I told you, like, I know better than anyone else that glasses are made of metal. Like, I'm wearing a pair right now. They broke the other day, but like, I had to get a replacement. No? You can clearly see that Mr. Assman is wearing a pair of spectacles with a metal rim. What? Metal? No! Metal can't... That's not... metal? No! We've already established that the proposed murder weapon, the screwdriver, was found on the stage. However, if your hypothesis correctly predicted that outcome, it should also have predicted that the metal-rimmed spectacles would be found in the same place. Ah! My hypothesis! My hypothesis! He's gone. Professor Hairbrain, this isn't easy for me to say, but your hypothesis is clearly flawed. He's dead. Goodbye. He's like, no, no, this can't be. No. Order, order, order! Counsel, what is the implication of this? If on the day in question the alleged instantaneous kinesis never actually took place, then it's entirely possible that the victim was killed somewhere other than on the stage. And in that case, someone other than the defendant could have been the culprit. But my hypothesis is sound! I proved it that day. The experiment was a success. The experiment was proof of all my work. If I could say something here in my capacity as a fellow of the Royal Society. Real 1, Prof 0, exactly. Yes, juror number 4, go ahead. As a man of science, there's one thing I simply cannot abide. And that's a fraud who pretends to be a fellow man of science. What? Wait, Scott, are you suggesting my science is suspect? It's just been disproved, hasn't it? In front of all of us? In other words, the whole demonstration was a complete nonsense from start to finish. Believe me, my fellow jurors, when I tell you that this man is a heel, a bounder, and a fraud. I say the wreckage of that machine should be stripped down and thoroughly examined. No! Never! The machine is the essence of my entire hypothesis! It's protected by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act!
What the devil is that blasted act all about, eh? Who made up such a daft rule?
I don't like the way this seems to be going. What's the best way for me to help the professor? Do we need to wait? Like, should we wait? I'm looking at the guy. I don't... Freak this. Okay, raise an objection. Professor Hairbrain has yet to perfect his invention. That would seem to be the case, yes. But even so what? Going to such trouble and expense to create a fake machine to display in public, he would have absolutely no reason to do such a thing. Oh. This is a whole money laundering operation. I can tell you, it has to do with a large sum of money for sure. I can smell it. He had an obvious reason to do exactly that. For the research grant money. Money! If the government was foolish enough to have deemed that man's ridiculous notion plausible, he and his conspirators would have received a handsome sum indeed. Conspirators? Conspirators? Yeah, okay. What would be the value of such a grant? £10? Your You're an order of magnitude out, madam. 500 pounds a year. Is that a lot of money?
Or you can live in on that much for years.
The society's noticed an increase in bogus public demonstrations in the field of science recently, and plenty of scientists arguing with each other to get the largest slice of the funding cake. People's greed is plenty motive enough for murder, I assure you. That is a lot of money. No, I haven't deceived anyone, least of all the government. My hypothesis is sound, the science is sound. Please, you must believe me. No matter how unbelievable this hypothesis may seem to you, ladies and gentlemen, the fact remains that the victim was transported instantly to the Crystal Tower. Which means that the experiment was a success. Guys, hear this. What if he was catapulted? What if he was catapulted there? I think we saw something like a catapult contraption, right? Do you see this? Doesn't this look like a freaking catapult machine? Like pew! It just got a pew! We should examine it. I don't think we examine it at all. Is there anything to examine about this? There's nothing to examine about this. No, there's nothing to examine yet. Wait, what's this? Ah! There's some sort of lever here. Oh wait, no, it's a crossbow! I told you it had to be a sniper. Like, damn. What is this? This is way smaller than a catapult. Okay, look, I'm trying my best, okay? Crossbow. It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing too. Ah, turns out it's a folding crossbow. Okay, this is very important. I think we will have to get back to it a bit. Ah, Barok! And therefore, the only person who could possibly have committed this murder is the accused. Ah, Barok. Why is he so funny? He said, ah, Barok, and then, ah, Barok. See? He's like, ah, Barok, and then now he's like, ah, Barok. Where is this heading? I have no idea. My lord, if I may. Yes, Lord Van Zieks. The prosecution would like to summon new witnesses to the stand. New witnesses? What would be the nature of their involvement? They were spectators of the demonstration at the exhibition who were occupying special seats. Eyewitnesses? Very well, the court grants the prosecution's request. I should very much like to hear from eyewitnesses to the incident. The prosecution's stance is clear. This experiment was no postiche. Is this postiche? Postiche. Postiche? Postiche. Postiche. Postiche? Hold on, let me just make sure I get this right. Postiche? Obode? Meaning of postiche. An imitation or a substitute. Pretend, sham, a false hairpiece. Oh.
Postiche.
Postiche. Postiche. Okay, whatever. Whatever, guys. There's no postiche. The accused killed the financial victim there on the public stage before the very eyes of the spectators. Now, my learned friend... Oh, yes? Don't respond to it, Ryu! God damn it! It's time for you to make your own stance clear. There's clearly a flaw in the professor's hypothesis. I can definitely see that. But where does that leave me? The English all being so cheem, I know, right? The British, I know. Right, the British. We shall take a short recess now, during which time the prosecution will prepare its new witnesses to take the stand. As you wish, my lord. Good. In that case, court is adjourned for 20 minutes. Very nice. Very interesting, guys. What do you think? Wait, that was really short. Can we continue with the other part? It almost feels suspicious how short this is. Yes, we save the current progress here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love the milk so much. It's so good. Do you wonder it's already 11? I mean, it's true, but like... Let me go and see what part 2 looks like. I'm just gonna... Oh, I think it's not gonna be very long. It's not gonna be very long. I think we can continue. I got to the end of the page in like one scroll. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I believe we'll be fine. Okay, let's just continue. Let's continue. I mean, I do have an early day tomorrow, but we are continuing this, okay? Muffin makes everything better. 23rd October, 10:44 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Let me make sure I pronounce it right.
Antechamber.
Antechamber. Antechamber. Never mind. Doesn't work apparently. Later part of the case is probably longer. Yeah, so we're going to like go through this, and then the investigation might take a while for the next part. It's not over, guys. Mr. Naruhodo, what on earth were you playing at just now? Or rather, what on earth were you playing at all along? My hypothesis! My amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start! Sorry about that. But you promised me! You said you proved that dreaded explosion was an accident, not murder? You said you keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands! But all you've done so far is try to undermine me! Yes, I did make you a promise. You're right. I said that I'd believe in you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? But if I just run through some equation... Yeah, you see, it's because my work is incomplete. Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh. Oh, no. You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. And I have no right to blame you for my failures. I'm a disaster, not just as a scientist, but as a human being. Well, that might be a little over the top. And while we're on the subject, what about Barok? He's being awful! Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? He's a disaster! Not just as a prosecutor, but as a human being! Okay, what are you getting at now? Oh, but no, wait! He's the Reaper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as Homo sapiens anymore? Glad that's cleared up. Can I double check something with you? Yes? What? The machine and demonstration you prepared, they were based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume? There was no trickery involved? I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn with the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet, but please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. Alright, Professor. I understand. Counsel! Defendant! The prosecution's witnesses are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session again. Let's go. Make your way into the courtroom, please. It all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is as sound as he claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. But on the other hand, Mr. Shibs was adamant. A practical implementation such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition is quite impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? It feels like Barok is somewhat testing him, but we also find out that Barok didn't expect him to be the, the defense. 23rd October, 11 AM, the Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify? The prosecution is ready, my lord. As is the defense, my lord. So, Lord Van Dix, I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes. Indeed, they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. So the testimony we are about to hear can be considered highly reliable. Oh really? Perfect. A detective of all people. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only other individual to have been present on the stage at the time, the accused. Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's position is clear. So, bring forth your witnesses now. Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. You know, sometimes I think about how Miles can never get his... Hello! Isn't someone familiar? Oh, now we have 3 at once. Okay, I think we can do this. We can do this, guys. I think so. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court to hear. My name is Balthazar Lune. Lune? Balthazar Lune. I am the impresario of all the hot air balloons in the vicinity of the Experimento stage. God. My name is Wilhelm Gonzalez. I'm sorry, what the hell? Wilhelm Gonzalez Sigismund Ormstein. I have come to see the Great Exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. Oh, that's so cute!
Hi, how are you? Hi, Nanayo! I'm doing okay. Good and great, actually. I hope you're doing well, Nanayo.
I'm very rich, okay? Inspector Gina Lestrade, Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even Herlock shows grace. I was on security duty at the exhibition, and I got to go up in one of them balloons. It was amazing. Gina, again. But she did mention that she'd seen the disaster from up in the balloon, actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. She's like, oh yeah, baby, let's go. There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at the time and saw events unfold from the skies above. You make it sound like they were in the clouds. It was only an altitude of circa 60 feet, very low. Well, you can't see nothing if you fly too high, can ya? 60 feet, about 18 meters then. That's really low. It's just me. Thank you for your introductions. Now you will give your formal testimony for the court. Kindly describe exactly what you witnessed, especially those of you who had a vantage point above the stage. The view from 60 feet up. I see. Sorry, sheep mom came in. It was an incidentally terrible. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged. There's this huge bang from the stage, and then the next second another bang in the sky beside us. So there's 2 bangs. Double bang. And from amid the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere. The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower. I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower. Bang. The most extraordinary collective account, I must say. Can I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I've not heard any mention of until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions. More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places. Yes. Oh. The what? When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the 2 witnesses was around here. Okay. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time, carrying other passengers as well, to be clear. Bon. Then, as power was supplied to the machine for the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. Boom, okay? The so-called bird cage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later... boom! The second explosion occurred directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. The bird cage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower. I was very surprised. Suddenly, a cage appeared before my eyes with a person inside. The blast was so hot, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide. This animation is really adorable, hell. I still have lots of money. Yeah, you said that the first time, stop that. Precisely, who is this curious infant? Infant! Oh, I'm told he is a young noble of Bohemian royalty. Wow. Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the Great Exhibition. Yeah, I am here in London on a sightseeing trip with my elementary school. We all have the benefit of a child's point of view in the testimony. Do we really need that? It's a child! When I remove my mask, this is what I look like. Ah, yes, I see. A delightful face, I'm sure. Wait, why is your head bandaged, though? He, yes, apparently. Yeah, everybody says so. Great disguise, then. I don't want to use the cute voice because it seems like this is a very mature child. The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiates the facts for the court. Namely, that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated. And furthermore, that until the arrival of the police, no one approached the Crystal Tower where the victim fell. Therefore, only the accused, who was with Mr. Aspen on the stage, could possibly have committed the murder. Yes. Yes, thank you, counsel. The prosecution's views on the matter are quite clear. So, the defense's cross-examination now, please. Yes, my lord. Sufferoo. What a pretty child, though. So pretty. View from 60 feet up, alright. Balloons were not damaged, okay. There's this huge bang. Out of nowhere. Okay. Appeared out of nowhere. Okay. I feel like this is the most important one. So you're saying that you witnessed the actual moment that the instantaneous kinesis took place? During this stay in London, I have seen many extraordinary things. The great exhibition itself, this instantaneous kinesis, big explosions, the British courtrooms, and strange creatures. Sorry? Strange creatures? Yeah, you. A most unusual creature from the east. I can't believe I'm getting freaking racist treatment from a child. Jesus, is it not bad enough I get one from Barok? Hi Dylan, hello. No! I see fire situation. Sounds really bad. Please take care. Alright, please take care. Alright, thanks for dropping by either way, but focus on taking care, alright? Come back when you're more settled. Oh, yes, but I see princes wearing masks every day of the week. Did you also see the moment that the cage materialized, Mr. Loon? No, I did not see the explosion myself, however. Okay, so we're gonna need to figure this out. Alright. Did you see that actually happen? No, in reality, I did not. I saw after it hit the tower. There was a glance of confusion around the stage. I ran to see what had happened. I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had crashed. I suppose they are his livelihood. But when I looked up to the sky, all my precious balloons were still there. I saw it though. I saw it slam into the tower. After all, I am a detective now. Then tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade. That's what I like to hear. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Alright. Let's see. Was it you who gave the order to keep people away? Use your red auto? How could it have been me? I was up in a balloon, weren't I? Right. So cause I weren't available, it was the boss who had to leg it over there. He was getting shoved and kicked all over by the panicking spectators as he tried to steal off the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell ya. Amazing. Poor Inspector Gregson. Occupational hazards though. So anyway, I couldn't see the cage that well because of all the smoke. And I didn't really want to see it, to be honest. I was scared out of me wits. Keep it together, Inspector. The prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine. But what if it was actually some kind of switch around trick instead? I mean, I'm thinking if it's impossible, then there must have been a trick involved that maybe, the professor didn't know of. That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. The two explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time, okay? Yeah, this did not help at all! Okay, do we press this? Okay, I think we didn't press the first two, I think. Let's make sure we know everything. There were 3 balloons flying above the experimentation stage at the time, I understand. See, all three of them, my bellissimi bambini. They are very popular, signor. Some people will pay £10 for one ride. £10? That's more than my annual stipend. £20 a month. That is my pocket money. Oh shit, that's so much money. That's so much money, guys. How much is this in modern day money? Royals have all the luck. I got up there for free. I did play the old I work for Her Majesty's police card, you know? Detectives have all the luck. If they're so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons though? Because if I have too many in the skies, they could clash into each other. The operators for the balloons were decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area. C. And the zone of a public experimentation stage is the most profitable. Sorry, let me just go back. Yeah. The other impresarios, they hate me. Thank you, witness. I think the court has a clear picture of the arrangements for balloon rides at the exhibition. Pavilion there, my lord. Okay, huge bang. So he actually saw the accident happen from up in the air. Yep, and an amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? And I'm telling you, Aldo, being a lawyer is a mug's game. You should join the force and we can go flying together. You know me so well. Yes, well, anyway, could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think? Everything. We saw everything because we were up above it all. That dodgy girl climbing into that cage and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers. And that's when it happened. That's when there was a massive bang and the cage disappeared. Just like that. You're describing the moment the subject's body was decomposed by the electricity, I believe. I didn't know what to make of it, but then there was another bang, right in me ear. I looked around and there was a huge grey fireball right next to us in the sky. Oh, and there was nothing there before. The kid reacted. Let's go, baby. Chico. We just like, no. Master Gods, does your memory of the day differ? My teacher at elementary school said that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use their full name. Yes, what was it again? William Gottlieb Sigismund Olmsted. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to remember? Just the four names then? The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps? Oi, get it right, Otto. It's Inspector Lestrade. Why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment? That is not what I saw. Oh? Yeah, there was a second explosion and it was right beside our balloon. That is true. But I'm sure. Which is what I said, innit? 1 minute there was nothing there and the next a massive explosion. My teacher at elementary school said that when someone else is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable. Are all Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy? He went in the balloon. Just before the second explosion happened next to a balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky. A green balloon? Eh? You are? I never saw nothing like that. Well, I did! I saw it! And you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the consul. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Plains. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Tusk, plain playing the bleeding royalty card, are you? Typical. Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police. Why is this bunch so funny? In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your formal testimony. In the interest of cordial national relations between Great Britain and Bohemia... Aye, let's go. It was not the sky that exploded, it was a green balloon that was next to ours as it... Do we have to press this? I think let's press it, alright. A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that? Of course I am sure. I am a proud Bohemian prince. All these questions are making me bored. I think you mean bored. Ah, English is very annoying. The language of my countrymen is far superior. Like that though, it is very wrong to lie. Lie? Flying balloons never explode. For the same reason the planets never explode. It is logical. Please tell me that doesn't mean logical. If you insult me, you insult all of Bohemia. Madai! I will have the army come and shoot all of your stupid balloons out of the sky, all of them. Lamau! Here you are, Your Highness. If only all international incidents were so easily resolved. Now that peaceful relations have been restored here in the courtroom, perhaps we could return to the testimony? Did you also see the moment that the cage materialized, Mr. Loon? No, I did not see the explosion myself. However... Okay, I think, like... What if... Cause we did have this, right? Have we examined it yet? I don't think we've examined it, actually. Have we examined? It looks like layers of thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. I've never seen anything like it before. But applying Mr. Sholmes' methods, you might deduce it was part of a raincoat worn by someone who really didn't want to get wet. And charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning. Can you not? Or maybe not? Okay, I think this is the key evidence to present. No! It's not the one! No! Oh, bad, no. Okay. Okay, we're gonna lose this stupid star. Okay, let's go back to... Okay, I'm supposed to present it on this. I was correct. But, like... Finally. Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all 3 of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. See, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosions, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is? Ah, I think it may be. See, part of a balloon. A burnt piece of the fabric of the envelope. Ooh, that is indeed... Ooh. Damn. Don't mind me having some muffin. Sorry, the envelope? Pardon, that is a large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky. Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master God testified, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. Eh? If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. No! Oh my my gosh, he's standing on the little box! Ah! That is a lot of organization. The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon. Causing the balloon to explode? Yes, eminently possible. Plausible, sorry. An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent fact. This, I cannot accept. Why not, Mr. Loon? You are suggesting that I am a liar. The person died in a balloon incident. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day. That's right, and I prove it. Balthazar Loon is not a liar. There was no such balloon in the sky. It is non-possible. You're saying it's impossible? Why? Hi, Dills. Hello. I'm doing great, I guess. Trying to wrap up the second part of this trial so that, like, we can have a nice fresh start on investigating, like, next week. Really enjoying the developments, but also what the hell's happening? Okay. This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day. But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Loon. Anyway, hope you're doing well, Dels. Hopefully, you're doing well. I concur. There is clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. Yunosuke's onto something. He's always onto something. We all know that, huh? It's imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the exhibition. Ah! Grazie, my lord. Oh, so you're Italian. Alright. Grazie. Okay. As I said, Balthazar Loon is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All three of my balloons are carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe. But you can't get away from the fact that the printed bit of cloth was found at the scene, can you? The coppers of the year reckon it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion on the stage. This stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. What the hell is happening? It's a very Ace Attorney thing to say. That and yelling kangaroo court, your honor. We do not diss the court here. So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not one belonging to you? Si, exactamente. If he even saw a balloon in the first place. I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia. How do you sue an entire country? If you attack us, we will fight back. It will be war. All out war. What happened to All Out War? Mr. Moon certainly doesn't appear to be lying. But that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. If the defense is unable to find fault with the witness's statements, the court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. The situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes. Diplomatic crisis in court. Desho? Counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses. Shh. Alright. Okay, I think this is the main one. You mean the color is wrong? see, Signor. I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse. And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and is unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know how that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say that the green balloon did explode above the stage. You couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question. Why not? There have been recreational balloon flights over Hyde Park operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree. You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition? Si, exactamente. As the Signor says, it is not from one of my balloons. Clearly, this little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. Oh, he is pissed, man. He is pissed.
No. No.
He goes, no. Is something wrong, Master Guts?
It's Master Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund Ormstein.
It was on the tip of my tongue. Yes.
Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there. I swear it. It's well all over Bohemia.
You can speak as much bad language as you like, but it changes nothing. If you do not have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments.
Evidence? What is this evidence?
To give a simple example, young man. A photograph, for instance, some tangible proof of what you claim.
Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here.
Good gracious! What?
I had not been up in a balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs.
Look at these two at the side. Like you have Gina who's like, the fuck? And then this guy's like, the fuck? This is so funny.
Of the Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the hotel cellar, the balloon,
and the instantaneous kinesis experiment? Did you take a picture of that?
Yeah, one picture.
Really? You did take one?
But only one to was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments.
Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph?
Of course, and then you will see. You will see that I am not lying. That I really did see a green balloon.
It's black and white.
Well, I see you're all too shocked to speak.
Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man.
Yeah, perhaps you cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph. But that is not my fault. That is the fault of the stupid person who made the camera.
Why is the Y accented as well? Why is the Y accented as well? What is this? Do you see this, guys? The Y has like the two dots on top of the head. Cries in Bohemian, right? That is one very Bohemian sounding cry. Loving Mio's many accents today. Thank you, MDK. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Very well. The court will accept this photograph as evidence. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's just see it.
It's not my fault. It's the fault of the person who made the camera.
Well, never mind. I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph? I see a silhouette of a little man. Indeed, it's a little man.
Well, it was the day of the big explosion.
You don't say.
When I placed this shuttle release, there was this very loud bang, and a hot wind rushed over my face.
That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give the flying fig. Lovely language you picked up. Yeah, it's just essentially a flying F. As I thought, Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. Wait, what? Scaramouche? What? Scaramouche, can you do the fun? What? The young bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Loon vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number that were in the air. Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. I see. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. Tells me freaking nothing. Okay, time to look at the guide again. Okay, so we got the fourth balloon. Okay. So we carrying passengers, right? But clearly in the photo, okay, in the photo that we were given, right? Do you guys see that there are no passengers here? Oh shit, what's this? Wait, what's this? Yo. What's this beam of light? I mean, this beam of light isn't attached to anyone, so it's not censorship. You get my drift? Like, this is definitely not censorship right there, so it has to be something else. Pew pew. Huh, okay, okay. It be what it be. Let's go. We'll present this. I said what I said, May. I said what I said. You should be familiar with that kind of censorship, you know? Unfortunately, the photograph Master God took can't tell us the color of the balloon, but it can tell us something else, something crucially important. What? It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers. Ah, my goodness, you're right. But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There would be no sense in it otherwise. See, they are for pleasure, for seeing the view. My balloons only fly with passengers. Look at he's sweaty. He's like sweating. Ooh. I like how May comes in at times like this. May is attracted by like not safe forward thoughts. Like the moment I have these thoughts, like May is like ching. It's like I feel a calling. May answers the calling. She's like, the air has shifted. I am being summoned back. Isn't that right, May? Also, I'm looking cause game rate. Yeah, no problem. I'm just joking. Which tells us that the picture balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the skies above the experimentation stage. The mysterious green balloon. Dun 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 dun. I know nothing. Nian, I can only tell you one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine. Well, he's so angry. Look at the balloon on his head. That's a sixth sense in of itself. I know, right? There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly, one such entrepreneur decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the Great Exhibition and managed to operate balloon flights on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing. See, the competition trying to steal my profits. I did not notice because of the experiment that went wrong on the stage. This fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Aspen was beamed from the stage below. Right. So them scraps that fell to the ground after and left them scorch marks, they didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. Because no one was in it, it didn't get no attention. A mysterious fourth balloon carrying no passengers, silently floating over the experimentation stage. Hi Salvala, welcome in. This photograph shows us nothing more. A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader? Clearly it has nothing to do with the case. Its relevance does elude me, I must say. The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. Oh. Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up and not in our favor. What else can this photograph tell us? Is there nothing more we can learn from it? There's more! There's more! There is a censored thing here. All the characters are amazing. I love them. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait, please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph from Master Gods may well be hiding one more vital clue. What's that? A vital clue? Excuse me, why are you so close? Stop that. We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for definitives now, so tell the court. What exactly does this alleged clue in the photograph prove? The cause of the explosion. Let's go. We can reasonably assume that the picture balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was not my fault.
Evidently. Because the bird cage from the kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited. No, that's not what happened. What? Hi Tokodachi, hi! It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, you will highlight the location of this alleged clue in the photograph for the court. Been lurking for an hour? Congrats! Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see. And what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have. In a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. A clue that heavily suggests the real reason the balloon exploded is... please tell me this works.
Kurae!
The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon. Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film. I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort. If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear what the nature of this bright line really is. Genshin does need substantial farming, yes? Goodness, what is that? Undeniably some flash of light, yes? Oh golly, do you think it might be lightning? But it couldn't have been a finer day. I believe we may be looking at fire. A bolt of fire heading straight for the balloon, like an arrow. Indeed, even to my aging eyes, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon? It's the plot of Lemony's snicket series of unfortunate events. I don't recall it. I watched the movie, but like, don't quite recall this happening. That's absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above the ground at the time. No flame could possibly have reached such a height. In the photo. Oh, is that so? I'm starting to mold it. No molding, only grinding. Actually, it's my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals how that is exactly what did happen. What evidence? Cha-cha-cha-cha! If such evidence exists, Council, then for goodness sake, present it, man! Which evidence explains this mysterious? This one obviously the goddamn crossbow. I'm confident this is right. This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene. Good lord! Is that a crossbow? An arrow dipped in oil and set to light could have been shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon. Are you suggesting that crossbow was used to deliberately... Blimey, you're right! That streak of light in the photo looks just like an arrow, doesn't it? Then, the explosion of the balloon, it was... very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow igniting the hydrogen gas inside it. No! Ah, he got shot himself, Lamar. Order! Order! Council, this is an extraordinary supposition. If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question. It's because the gun would have made a goddamn noise. The noise of the discharge? Of course. That's right. By using a crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon silently. Well, yeah, if someone had shot a gun off in the exhibition grounds, it would have caused a real panic. But with the big explosion, there was a very big panic anyway, no? I don't like this. Should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong. Hi, Zen is 7. Hello. Welcome to the Shibdom. Objection, I have been summoned. Yes, you has been summoned. Do you understand the implications of what you're saying, my Nipponese friend? If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued... yes. Whoa, wait a minute. What are you really saying here? I don't get it. Was the birdcage beamed up into the sky after all? Oh, what? My goodness me! Oh, the music stopped. Shit's getting serious. So why do we have emo H-Lord as a lawyer? He's not emo, he's just... a disaster. Ah, now I understand. That's what this sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along. What? Did I just hear that correctly, Council? There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage in the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Oh, thanks for the hit, Pat. Thank you. Hi, Sprite fan. My goal of this chapter is the best husbando. I won't spoil though. Did you mean Barok? I'm just kidding. I just really like Barok. Hey! At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the crystal tower. I think you'll all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out that day. Ooh, grief! GG! Good googly moogly, that's right. Nice dive. This dude I have nice dive, eh? Super cute, thank you. This is ludicrous. What you've described is what you've described is no science experiment. It's child's play. A contemptible display of stage magic. Both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day. And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in the Crystal Tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that? Why does he have a katana inside the courtroom? Unstraight reasons. Let's just leave it there, okay? If I may put in a word, as a man of magic myself, such apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Juror number 3! All that would be needed is a doppelganger, someone who looks very similar to the victim, Mr. Asman, and having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a body double. Yes, of course. So in fact, Mr. Asman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start. That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the 4 winds when it exploded. No one would ever have embarked on such a risky venture. Not necessarily. The explosive force of the balloon gas would very much depend upon the mixture ratio. Juror number 4. Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered. The mixture ratio? You know who's getting ratioed here? Van Zeeks by the jurors. American breathing first. No, he's not American. Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable. But not to such an extent as to render this whole obscene charade impossible. He's getting racial so hard. So everything that happened can be explained, logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred. Oh, goodness me. And if we accept that this is what happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Asman, was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. That drip is a ratio too. I mean, and Barok has good drip. I don't know whose drip you're referring to. Kind of intellectually argued by experts. Exactly. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant who was on stage in full view the entire time. Gay! Barok is so dramatic. Jesus. Oh, this is a very nice shot. This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zeeks can't credibly maintain that Professor Hairbrain is a suspect now. Okay, who hold it? Who holded it? Please do not come here, please. Mr. Naruhodo, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you. Professor? But you can stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please. Sorry? What's all this about, Mr. Hairbrain? OMFG, I love this part. The what now? Oh no. I, Albert Hairbrain, hereby confess that it was me who stabbed Mr. Odie Asman. He is having an Itchworth moment. What is wrong with these people trying to take the damn blame? Yes, it was me, with my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the Screwdriver. What? What are you doing? Order! Defendant, explain this sudden confession. Professor harebrained. What are you talking about? It's what I've said all along. I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine. At the cost of your life? You stand there and claim it was all a trick, all an elaborate prank. But where's your proof? Whose side are you on, harebrained? He's indeed a harebrained. I think you mean like H-A-R-E, like the rabbit hair. No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it. But then it would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis will be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it. It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you just let me, I can prove... Barok! Yes? Oh my gosh, he just went Barok. I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it. So please. Ensure the special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act is adhered to and protect my creation. Everyone just went... Just in case. They're a good wholesome ship though. Honestly, Andrew and Barok have a pretty nice ship going. I could totally imagine like a short fling between them. Very nice. Like, you know, ended because like they gotta go their separate ways, kind of like fling. It'll be nice, you know? But like ayo. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my Herlock chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend. What? And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession. Jesus. Not many ship them, Sally. I do, eh? I mean, I can see it. Like I don't really see it as like an existing one, but you know, in the past, I could definitely imagine it kind of happening. They got something special going on, eh? I hate farming artifacts, same. I hate farming relics, I hate farming armor, I hate farming whatever you call those. Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do... The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution would then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth. Did you know they're making a new AOT movie? Seriously, another one? I thought they were done. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I'll finish the remainders of my nut milk. Very nice. Oh, big stretch. Stretch. Very nice. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Well, counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter? This is so painful, what the hell? What Professor Harebrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence? Or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust. You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind? Stop being so racist, Barok. What the hell? Oh, he's like, ugh. Mr. Naruhodo. There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts that the defendant's innocence. No! I have to make the choice. No! 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 What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey! You can't do this to me! Okay, look, my point of view is this, guys. Even if this is taken apart, like, even if he loses this invention, he can work on new inventions, okay? Once they actually work, preferably. But if we freaking, like, protect this invention, which, by the way, is absolute bullshit, like, this guy's gonna be sent to the damn gallows. There's no more invention. All he has is this bullshit thing to his name. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's a conjuring trick. I'm so sorry. I would rather save you and have you hate me than allow this stupid bullshit to go on. Come on. Guys. We all know that it has to be a trick. Okay? He was freaking duped. He was duped. No! I can't say it! My client placed his faith in me. I can't just let him down! What must I give up on? Is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's what can I protect? Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long. Susato! Susato!
It's Susato! Hello, girl!
Susato-san! But what are you? Hiya! Ah, it's the Susato takedown. Ah, I got my first Susato takedown in 6 months! Susato, let's go! There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand. Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Hairbrain! Ah, yes? Yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too. Yes, of course. And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Aspen. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now. There we go. So, you finally opened your eyes. What? And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer. Was he doing this all along to help him? Ah. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say? Barok! Lord Van Zieks? Gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before. In truth, there is one thing. Something I've remembered that's of relevance. What? On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow. I beg your pardon? Professor! Did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like? Taller than me and thinner than me, with straight hair, straighter and whiter than mine. Straighter, straight, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, straighter and whiter than mine. Let me see. One less lens than me too, a monocle. A rather stylish black monocle. But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well. After all, he's the engineer who built my invention. I knew we were gonna see the engineer at some point. What? He built the machine? That's right. Mr. Asman introduced him to me a year ago. He's a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. Enoch Drebber? Is it a reference to anything? Enoch Drebber? Does his name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered. Not a name any scientist wishes to hear. The man's an abomination. Not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. Who on earth is he? I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end. Obviously, the rascal is after the government's research grant money. When magicians are in need of money, I have heard of them resorting to these underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience of such things have mentioned Enoch Drebber's name before. The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confidence trickster here. What? That's Enoch Drebber for you? So we're dealing with, like, an expert scam artist? Can you stop shuffling for, like, one damn moment? Oh shit. So it's true then. My invention, my great machine, it was just a grand illusion? Considering what we've just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely. Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted. Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume. It would be nice to see what kind of deck that is. Do you know that magicians use very special decks? They call these cardistry decks. So cardistry refers to like the branch of magic, you know, magic that deals with card tricks, okay? So they use very specific decks that have very tiny, barely perceptible markings on the back. You know how the back of like poker decks have these usually symmetrical patterns? These cardistry decks especially have very tiny hidden differences in them that the magicians learn to read. So when they look at, like, for example, they say, okay, pick a card, any card, and then they tell you like, yep, that card is like the 5 of hearts. It's because they can see the pattern, okay? It's because they can. I learned this. Don't ask me how I found out. Anyway. I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen. But at the same time, I knew that if it was found to be nothing more than a trick, than a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. I was terrified at the prospect. So you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built? And the true nature of Mr. Drebber? I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it. Cheaps learned to be a scam artist too? I said nothing of the sort, okay? Nothing. It's entirely possible that Mr. Asman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. There, see? I knew they were motivated by like a movement of a large sum of money. There we go. When I announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers, turned all the dials in exactly the way Drebber had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore. See, Maryland are scamming from Sampokoski? How did you guys get to that conclusion? Let me confirm one final point of view, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Yes, please go ahead. I'm very sorry. That's so sad. It would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Van Zeeks, my lord, the court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical. Yes, Mr. Drebber. Gather information about the man. If possible, I should like him served with a subpoena. With pleasure, my lord. Now, counsel for the defense? Yes, my lord. When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused. I understand. Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning. Dun dun dun! Damn hairbrain, right? You know he conceded fairly gracefully. Reluctantly, but gracefully. 23rd October, 1:36 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. He's so sad. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. You trusted me. I dragged you into my mess. Oh, how did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry. Did you really have no idea, Professor? About what Mr. Drebble was really up to? I mean, about what he was really constructing? Naturally! That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in it. Alright, in that case, I won't say anymore. Now, sadly, the murder accusation against you still stands, so we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow. Well, thank you for doing so much for me. You know, this guy's pretty wholesome. He's just... I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo. It's our girl Susato. When did she get here? Arriving late? Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive. Postcard? What postcard?
I hid it from you, Bruno, so it would be a surprise. Well, did it work?
Iris, please don't hide this kind of thing. You're lucky you're cute. Well, his name gave a lot of clue of why he's a scatterbrain. Naturally, yes. I was surprised, alright, especially when she threw me to the ground. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out. How dear. I don't want to see Susato when she's happy, guys. She's gonna flip me over onto the floor head first. I'm gonna perish, man. Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in future?
Susie's train was late into London Victoria this morning, you see. But we made the coachman really whip the horses hard so she didn't miss the whole trial.
I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself. Well, I'm glad you didn't. Oh! Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. They have such a good relationship, guys. Ah. So Sato sign of love completely backdrop you from the heart. Ah, freaking like just shoom. So I'm delighted to see you back in London. Oh, you're too kind, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you. Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
Let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? You know, I made one of my most special blends ever for this special occasion.
Oh, Iris, how wonderful! I can't wait! Let's go, we're gonna go have some nice tea! So Sato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn. Oh, to be continued. To be continued. To be continued. Let's go, baby. We made a lot of progress today. I'm so proud. Let's go. Save your current progress. Yes, please. Okay. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Yay. We did it. We finished both parts of the trial. Granted, both parts were pretty short, so yeah, it was very doable. But at the same time, tiring, man. It's like almost 3 hours. Okay then, guys. As usual, we will reconvene for this next Thursday. Okay, I believe nothing's on next Thursday, but like as usual, plans could really change anytime, so it'd be like that. What is their life without such unexpected turns? That's true. I mean, that's what's entertaining about this story in the first place, right? Hey, okay. So, as usual, I would see you guys on Sunday. Like, if nothing else happens, I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm so sorry there's no schedule for this week because I'm so busy. Holy shit. Like, I've been intensely applying to jobs and they've been intensely getting back to me, and like tomorrow alone I have like 2 screening calls in the morning, so like rip. Then I'm expecting another call in the afternoon, and like apparently I'm in the running for a second round of interviews for like another job, so like yeah. And baking muffins. I mean, yeah, in between all that drama, I also bake muffins. Yeah. The other day I made muffins with peanut butter chips, and then they look great, but I think they were a little overbaked because I personally felt it was a bit hard inside. So I'll be trying another recipe, maybe another red velvet recipe. But I'll update you guys. Probably not making it tomorrow because that's way too many muffins. Just follow Discord for all updates. I guess so. Yeah, because my tweets should show up in the Discord last I saw. I'm not too sure about that. Sorry guys, I am a one sheep show. Like, if anything breaks, anything that's supposed to be working breaks, sometimes I don't catch it. Like Rabbit says, where is the Blue Sky link? Do you know how many places I have to update if I want to add in the Blue Sky link? Rip. Pain. Yeah, so alright, there's that. Kiko only thinks of the muffin. Kiko is motivated by muffin, alright? Kiko, I mean, I'm already looking into vegetable muffins for Kiko, especially for Kiko, since I know she clearly loves vegetables, all kinds of vegetables. Isn't that right, Kiko? Yeah, hopefully it goes smooth. The Shibdom energy will be with you. Yes, I hope so. Thank you guys for the support as always. Motivated by food, yes. Grass muffin for Kiko? You know, if it's good quality grass, I'm sure we could kind of like make something happen. Okay, but yeah, Sunday tarot reading if nothing goes wrong, but if like I am really too busy, which I shouldn't be, it's the weekend, I will update you guys like on Twitter and Blue Sky as well. Yeah. No wonder Kiko's name is Greenish. What green? Is her name green? Yeah, But anyway, guys, yeah, so this week, I don't think I'll put up a schedule because I'm really not sure if I can commit to Sunday. So many things are happening, and who knows, maybe someone might call me on the weekend as well. So many things. Yeah, but if I make any more muffins, if I do anything else, you can be sure that I will update, okay? Okay. Well then, guys, please stay with me. Well, I send you guys off to someone else. Hey, but you can commit to another kind of Sunday. I'm already prepared to roll for Sunday, but the fact that Jingyuan is coming along with him, I don't know if I can fork out enough to drag home his light cone for real. Well, anyway, guys, I will send you guys off, okay? All right, then see you on Sunday if things go well. All right. Oh, ziyadi. Ziyadi. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.